Well, I'll start where Richard just left off, because the whole family script thing was pretty big, and that was, it's never good enough. And that was my identity. So it wouldn't have mattered what I did. You're in competition with each other and you've got to be better. Now that was the script, that was just the way it was, and that's what my family thought was a good thing. So I don't blame them for that, but it certainly influenced hugely my life. And that's why, I mean, I haven't seen my sister for, I think about 10 years. And when she rang, I don't know what made me answer the phone, because I very nearly didn't. But it's because in my family, when you got to 18, you left, because then you had a bit of freedom. And that's just the way it was, and I don't resent that at all. And in fact, BC has helped me not to resent that. The other big thing for me was I didn't actually know I was supposed to have a relationship with myself. I just didn't know that. Because I spent my entire life helping people to believe what I should have believed myself. And I actually didn't know that either. So you might get through your exams were the results good enough, and even if they were the best results, where they were top marks, and you might get into the top university, but did you get the best degree, and were you top of your class, and so on. And the thing that stopped me coming to BC was I did have huge challenges in my life at that time, and if you don't have a family, it's really hard, because you don't have anyone to turn to. And so there were a small number of people in my life who just really helped me, and two very precious people kept saying to me, this is something you should do. And I really thought that the best thing to do was to get this rubbish out of my life first. Now the rubbish was taking a lot of time, and I just thought, I just need, when I go, I need to have a clear head. I need to be able to really think about this, and therefore that needs to go and that needs to go. And I was driving up here this morning and thinking, if I had waited, it would have been another year. And then for me, my life started exactly 1 year ago, because I did it in February last year. And that's when my life started. That's when I realised that all of these things were made worse by the way that I felt about myself. And I didn't know that. So it's absolutely nothing to do with what's happening to you or where you are or anything to do. It's actually about recognising how you feel. And it's just amazing how different people come to that. I'm sort of holding these at the moment because I came in, Richard knew I was going to have to be late this morning, and it was something that previously I might not have prioritised, and it was important that I did what I did. And I don't feel bad about doing it, and I don't feel bad about being late, and I'm not beating myself up about the fact that I could have planned it better, because I couldn't. So, you know, when people say to you, what difference does it make? Every time I get in a cab, I talk to the driver. And I know that when I get out, there's very few who don't engage, and in that 10 or 15 minutes you're in the cab, you get out and you've had a nice conversation and he's feeling better, and you say, you know, have a nice evening, and what's the cost of that? It's absolutely nothing. I came in and I sat down on the back, and I just sat down on the floor, and right next to me was a tiny little red heart. It's in my hand. Now, before I would have thought, it's been a wedding, I just choose to believe that that was destined to be exactly the point of the floor that I sat on in this room, the little red heart. And every now and again, when I kind of feel like I need a boost of steam, I somewhere will find on the floor a little silver star. There is a remnant from my BC course, which was BC 18, and they just appear, and I choose to believe that that's a little sign that says it's okay. And I think one of the big things for me is, you know, it is an operating platform, and you choose to get an upgraded system. And now and again there are bugs in it, and it doesn't always work, but it's a much better system than I had before, believe me. I think I was on the old BBC computer or something. And this is, just last week was my birthday, and this is just a card from those two really important people, and it says, remember, a birthday is only as good as the person celebrating it. And inside it says, so yours should be absolutely brilliant. I believe that now. I didn't believe that before. I would have thought that they were being kind to me. I actually don't even feel guilty for saying that. My script say you should feel guilty for saying that. So I can recognise all the things that I achieved and know I achieved it and it was good to achieve it and to be proud of it. It's good to do that. And when things go wrong, the best thing about BBC is you don't beat yourself up about it. You still get rubbish in your life, but the way you deal with the rubbish is entirely different. And that's why I know every day I smile and I feel better, and sometimes when I'm really tired I have to remind myself of things, but my life will never be the same as it was before BC, and that's why I'm so grateful. Thank you.